Here are the tools you'll need. A wire tester or voltage tester, electrical tape, wire strippers, a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver. Hi, today I'm going to show you how to install a light switch. Leviton makes many different kinds of light switches, and I have here a few. A basic toggle, which can be side-wired. Another type of toggle, which allows you to be side-wired or back-wired under the terminal clamps. And then lastly, a Decora style with a rectangular face. Now all three of these can be quick-wired for easy installation. Now before we begin our installation, I'm going to go shut my power off and show you just how easy it is to install a light switch. Let's get started. Find the appropriate breaker and turn the power off. So before I actually remove my wall plate and my switch, I want to take a handheld tester and make sure that the power's off. So I've gone ahead and completely removed the old switch. Now you'll notice that I have 3 wires here and 2 of them have hooks in them, shepherd's hooks, and the last one doesn't. So what I'm going to want to do is put a shepherd's hook in this wire. So just taking a pair of wire strippers or needle nose pliers, right, I'm going to grab the end, right, and make a hook. There we go. Now if I didn't want to do this, the switches actually have 2 holes in the back for quick wiring. And if I had 14 gauge wire, which is smaller than the wire that I'm using, I could simply push the wire into the back and it would actually make a connection, right? And you wouldn't be able to pull it out. Right? It's really fast. But I'm going to go ahead and use side wires. So I'm going to take my bare copper wire or my ground wire, right? Now this may also be green. And I'm going to connect it to my green or my ground screw. And what I want to do is actually make sure that this hook goes on clockwise, right? So that way, when I take my Phillips and tighten on the wire, that I don't loosen the wire as I'm tightening the screw, right? So I want it to go clockwise. Once I'm done that, right, I can connect either one of these wires to either one of these screws. Because it's a single pole switch, it doesn't really matter, right? All I'm doing is interrupting power between the two, okay? So now I'm just going to simply put the wire on, right? And taking my Phillips head screwdriver, again making sure that the hook is clockwise, tighten down, and you want to make sure it's really tight. There we go. Now I'll put the other wire on. Okay. Again, taking my Phillips, tightening, making sure that the hook is going clockwise. You can actually see it tightening the hook. There we go. Now before I actually mount this into the wall, it's always a best practice to take a piece of electrical tape, okay, and tape the terminal screws. So this will actually prevent any unwanted contact between the screws and the side of the box or anything else in your box. Now I'll just lightly bend my wires, right, because you want to make sure that it's nice and easy to install. You have plenty of room. Okay. And then taking my Phillips head screwdriver, mount the switch. Okay. And there we go. So I'm just finishing up tightening my mounting screws. And when you mount a light switch, you want to make sure that the writing on the switch, if it's a regular toggle, is the right side up. So now we're ready to put our wall plate on. Okay, taking a flathead screwdriver. We're gonna just put that. And I like to make sure that my wall plate screws are vertical, straight up and down. And what this does is prevent dust from collecting in the screws. So now we're ready to turn on the power. And there you have it, how to install a light switch.